$10,000. Hard, cold cash. Now buy the rice with it. There's the scale we use for buying the rice. And to avoid any mathematical errors for that expensive rice, we'll use a computer, a pocket calculator.
Jim Johnson, bush pilot, descendant of voyageurs who explored and opened up the north to Europeans. Johnson, and others like him, keep the north open, at least for now. Today, from his base at the south end of Lake Winnipeg, he'll fly 200 miles to the shallow rice lakes of northern Manitoba, where he'll trade, like the voyageurs before him, with the Saulteaux Indians. Wild rice was brought to northern Manitoba by the ancestors of these Saulteaux Indians when they migrated from southern Ontario in the 17th century. Wild rice was a staple of their diet. The harvest was a communal family activity that signaled fall and the coming of winter. Today, bush pilots fly entire families and their equipment into these ancestral lakes. In a good year, if prices are high, each man could earn $2,000, enough to set him up for the trapping season in the coming winter.
Some rice? How much a pound is getting for rice now?
$2 a pound.
That's all?
Yeah. How much you pay for a pound?
Lots.
How many?
2 1/4.
2 1/4?
Yep.
Tässä kaupassa on jättessä enemmän nominen ostakoos. $2 a quarter, eh?
Yep.
Where did you buy? Did you buy someplace already? Not today.
300 years ago, white traders and settlers needed the nutritious rice to stay alive over the long winter. Indians wanted the ease of white man's tools, guns and axes, and so the trade began. Today, the Indian staple has become white man's luxury, and white man's tools are Indian necessities.
There's brooms to get the starch here.
If Jim deals successfully, he'll return home tonight with $50,000 worth of wild rice stuffed in his plane.
Here's what we're buying. Rice like that.
He could return with nothing.
That's not perfect, but it's green rice. You notice it's starting to get a bit starchy in the middle.
The terms are strictly cash, and the buyers are fiercely competitive.
He's been here buying rice too.
Competition?
They've been buying rice, but they've been paying $2 a pound, and I'll pay them $2.25. Where are they weighing it? Yeah, well, the bag and the rope, I'll just take off 1 pound. Okay. $524.25. $60 plus 48 plus 233.
No, I didn't bring shoes.
Right? You want money or flowers?
Gospodź kogo pejsząć, to pani nie. Niso pejsząć. Norma? Tak.
That's $3. 485, 25, 60 altogether. 560 altogether. 440.
2.
The progress and onslaught of civilized economics has even affected these remote people. At one time, wild rice was as sacred to the Soto as bread and wine are to Christians. But gourmet palates around the world have driven prices for wild rice to such heights that the Soto can't afford not to sell. They now eat little wild rice themselves. It's too valuable as a cash crop and source of capital. The rice that Jim Johnson bought here today will be shipped to an American buyer 1,000 miles away. It will be processed and packaged and sold around the world for as much as $20 a pound. But operating through middlemen like Jim is expensive. Cultivated paddies are now being developed to provide a source of rice much closer to American distributors. As this new rice becomes available, it's unlikely that bush pilots will be hired to seek out remote lakes like this one. And the annual harvest? Like the fur trade 100 years ago, the harvesting of wild rice may become the stuff of songs and legends, another tradition slowly passing from the north.